Hi, this is Paul Speciale. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer for Appcera, and in this video demo we'll show you the application publisher that is integrated into the AppStack marketplace. So AppStack comes pre-integrated with a marketplace that consists of over 80 popular applications and also application components. We organize this into a catalog that is subdivided into various categories. For example, within the big data category we have Hadoop applications, as well as an analyzer application. Larger categories are things like the content management systems where we have WordPress, Drupal, Joomla, and many other choices. Other categories, CRM, ERP, lots of databases like MySQL, and a wide choice of developer tools and stacks. Users can select any of these applications and deploy them standalone into their choice of cloud target, whether public or private cloud. Or they can mix and match these as components into a more complex multi-tier workload, so consisting of perhaps multiple servers, multiple tiers of servers. The self-service publisher is something that the user can use to add custom or even ISV applications to the application catalog. This allows you to define simple application packages, those that are consisting of perhaps a single server and a single application, or perhaps a more complex distributed or a multi-tier application where lots of servers are involved and various different components are involved. Any of these applications can be created, defined, and then published as either a private application visible only to the team members within the account, or they can be published as public so that everybody within this instance of AppStack can see them. So let's take a look at the AppStack Marketplace Publisher in action in a demo. So here we are, we've started the AppStack user portal and we're looking at the application marketplace. There are various views including the main catalog, the ability to quick application launch or quick server launch, and finally the application publisher, which will be the heart of what we'll look at. And here we see our application categories listed down the left side of the page. Let's go ahead and take a look at an existing one. It'll serve as a good example for how to go ahead and publish a simple application consisting of two servers. So here we have a server farm Drupal. We can either subscribe to it to actually deploy it in our choice of cloud, or we can enter the publisher view by clicking the edit button. So here we see some top level information, a little bit about the app, a screenshot and such. This is something that we can add as part of the definition. So let's go ahead and proceed by clicking the edit button further. The system now brings up an interface that lets me specify all the needed parameters and configuration settings for this application. As we can see, this one here consists of two servers, a Drupal server, which actually in turn is consisting of PHP and Apache as dependent software packages. And then on a separate server, I have a server named DB, which is running MySQL. So these are the two that this application will consist of, but in general, we can, of course, create an application definition with more servers. At the top here now we have sort of the general parameter settings. So we start with things like the name of the app, how it should be deployed, whether it should be public or private, the operating system that it supports, and lots of sort of instructional and descriptive information, including screenshots and perhaps some background information. We can define various parameters. So these are kind of the general parameters of the package, things like port numbers, site names, administrators, passwords, host names, etc. So a large list of sort of general configuration parameters. Now importantly, AppStack supports both open source and commercial applications. So one of the things that we can do is we can actually define pricing splits. So perhaps I'm a service provider who wants to set up custom application, and I want to actually share the revenue between myself and my ISV partner. And in this case, I'm just going to make it very simple and split it 50-50, so $1 each. So this is something that AppStack will track every time the application is deployed, and actually I'll make that viewable in usage and revenue reporting. So it all gets aggregated and rolled up in that manner. The creator of the application can actually choose what clouds this should be defined in. This list would correlate to the different cloud profiles that have been defined in this AppStack site. So it may be a small list, perhaps with just the internal clouds that the user has or the service provider cloud, or it could be a choice. Finally, a newer feature that's being added to AppStack Release 3.6 is the ability to provide boot sequencing between the different servers. So this is important if perhaps you need to have certain servers like databases start first ahead of web servers or application servers. So what you can define here are various stages, and what AppStack will ensure is that stage 1's tasks are run ahead of stage 2, so these are in sequence. So I can ensure here, for example, that the database server is actually fully up and running. We've installed its packages, we've installed MySQL, and that all of that completes before stage 2. So this is very key to being able to define successfully running multi-tier or more complex applications. And then finally, we have the ability to define various scripts within this application definition. One of the ones that we're going to want is an install script. And as you can see here, AppStack supports scripting in a variety of different environments or languages. Here we have a shell script that is able to pull the Drupal package itself out of a well-known repository. So we've defined an environment variable that lets us know what repository location we're pointing to. It then pulls it down, it unpacks it as part of the tar file that it's in, and then creates a staging directory for further installation. Scripting is actually run on the instance where the application package is being installed. This is executed by the AppStack agent. But we can go further. We can create scripts, for example, to do things like seed and create database tables. So here we have a MySQL script, again, that's used to create tables within the MySQL database. And if we'd like to, we can go ahead and add some basic data to that as well in terms of starter data. So as you can see here, it's very comprehensive in terms of defining this application within the marketplace. Once I'm done, this gets sent to the administrator, the site administrator, for approval and publishing. And again, it's published as either public or private, depending on the general settings that I asked for at the top. So hopefully that gave you a quick view of the marketplace publisher. Once applications are published, they're also visible through the application quick launch interface. So this is something that we've set up in AppStack to make it very, very simple for users to deploy these applications in a minimal number of steps. So as you can see here, this is 3 steps to basically select the application, perhaps WordPress, select the target cloud into which to deploy this, perhaps cloud platform, and then optionally size up the size of the server instances. But anyway, that provides an alternative, very, very quick interface for users that just want to include the minimal number of steps. So thanks very much.